Alright, fellow people, you YouTubers. Um, uh, no, I'm gonna have, I'm gonna have a little, it's a couple minute video, explaining that that, that I'll be sharing links to, for you guys to check out the BucksReport.com page. It's a group of volunteered Bucks writers. Um, I'm not a I'm not I don't have a I'm not on their writing staff just yet because they have too many staff members right now, but they have me practicing and whatnot, and just waiting for a position to be open. But that's all explained in my other video that I'll be posting. So you gotta go check that out, and I'll share the links to my articles, to my practice articles, um, that it would bring you to the BucksReport.com site essentially, and to what it would look like on the site. It just won't be posted. It just won't be posted, on their Facebook page and on their site because they're not authorized to to uh, to post my stuff yet, post my articles yet, because I'm not on their staff. So if you guys get what I mean. So um, so you can let me know in the comments or whatnot if you got any questions. Um, but this video is mainly about. I know the Super Bowl is next week, not this week, but I figure I'd get this video out of the way and have my prediction for the Super Bowl, and what I think is my have an analysis on the matchup and and uh, and who and the score prediction and who I think is has the best shot to win. So yeah, so let's get right to it. All right, so obviously in Super Bowl 51, we okay. Sorry, but so obviously in Super Bowl 51, we have and played in Houston, in NRG Stadium, where the Texans play, the Houston Texans. We obviously, it's a New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons, you know, facing off, battling now for the Lombardi Trophy. Obviously, two very deserving teams, and we hate to say it, some of us, especially us Bucks fans that are watching. We hate to say it that very they're both very deserving teams, and whoever wins, and win or loss for a win or a loss for either of the teams, they still had a great season. So first, all right. But first, let's get New England out of the way. All right, obviously, New England. I mean, obviously, with the, they're kind of expected to win, but it's just the way. It's just the way they won games this year and how they won. And I did a little trim, and I think I did a little too much on this side, and didn't do much on that side. Whatever. But yeah, just the way New England year kind of turned. I mean, it's not really surprising. It's just like, it's just like, same old, you know. Uh, Obviously the first 4 games, Tom Brady was out, and and they went 3-1 without him, and then Tom Brady, stat wise, anyways, he had one of his best, if not his best, um, his best seasons, his best season. I mean, maybe not the best season he's had, but one of his best seasons at least. And it's like he doesn't show age. I mean, it's Tom Brady still being Tom Brady and doing what he does, and us and Bucks fans especially, we freaking hate New England. And I mean, we can go on about their cheating and all that, you know, Deflategate and and all these other scandals they've been involved in, you know, being accused of cheating. You know, obviously they have cheated, but you know, as far as we know, anyway, they didn't cheat, okay, to get this far. Um, you know, they're still a well coached team by Bill Belichick. You know, what else do you expect from New England? Just they're in another Super Bowl. You know, they've been in how many the past decade? I believe in the past decade, I think they've been what in 7 or 8 Super Bowls and won about half of them. So, and they won their division every year since like 2002 or something like that. Or I don't know, it's a long streak. I know that that they won their division. Which it doesn't help when you got the Jets and the Bills, and to where that's for another day. But um, I mean, what to be special? I mean, Tom Brady 20. Wait, see how many touchdowns. Tom Brady stats. Tom Brady stats. I mean, damn. I mean, he's 39 years old and still playing, at a very high level. I mean, um, 28 touchdowns. Um, you know, only 2 picks. I mean, yeah, he missed 4 games. That's still when you add it up and average it up, it's still the least interceptions per game than any other quarterback in the league. I mean, 112.2 rating. I mean, Tom Brady being Tom Brady, Um, then LeGarrette Blount, former Buck. He had a career year this year. He stayed pretty healthy, like most, if not all, of the year. He stayed pretty healthy, and he had he had over 1,000 yards rushing, I believe, and um, you know, basically, they could win by throwing the ball all game or running the ball all game. That's just the New England Patriot way. So enough about the Patriots. Now, the other opponent they face is obviously the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, in the same division as the Bucks, Tampa Bay Bucks, and you know we hate them just about as much as we hate the Patriots. But in a sense, yeah, we rather have Atlanta win because we face it Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and the Patriots winning another Super Bowl. I mean, they've already cemented their legacy. Tom Brady has anyway. You know, you don't need another Super Bowl to to just to make sure to tap off their legacy. Yeah, it can help, but it's not like it's gonna close the gap on anybody else. But I mean the Falcons. I mean, damn. I mean, okay. Obviously, they're a game. Well, now it's basically all sides, all positions. But obviously, everybody talks about their offense, which it's well deserving to talk about. I mean, they got the best offense in the league. I mean, they're basically breaking history, like in the record books, or near record, for how many yards, how many yards in the season, how many points, and on offense. I mean, they could beat you in any way. I mean, they could beat you throwing the ball, running the ball, anything. Huh. I mean, first, obviously, you gotta start with their quarterback. All right, Matt Ryan. Okay, he's been shaky his whole career. Up and down. He's had the red zone issues, but this season, little to none of that. I mean, MVP candidate, he may very well be the MVP of the 2016 NFL season. He may very well get that MVP, and which he would be very well deserving compared to the other guy, the guy that won it last year, a certain NFC South Carolina Panther quarterback. He's supposed to be so great. How they do this year, huh? How about that 15-1 record and losing that Super Bowl now, huh? But hey, Matt Ryan though, he had one hell of a season. I mean exactly. What were his stats? Matt Ryan stats. And 69.9% completion rating. Almost 5,000 yards passing. Average of 309 yards per game. Just over 9 yards per attempt. 117.1 QBR. Quarterback rating. 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Even not a lot, but 35 attempts running the ball. 117 of which those are mainly scrambling. Buying time and being smart with the ball. Not forcing it like what he did in sometimes years past. He was sacked 37 times. 4 fumbles, but that was mainly early on in the season. After that season got on, they were clicking even more. But But I mean, yeah, stats are stats, you know, because which I mean, you could partly say that it was the system, you know. I mean, yeah, you could probably say it was system, yeah, and you know, yeah, they got the weapons, and you know, they did a lot of short passes. Okay, yeah, you could say it did a lot of that, but he still played great in that system. Okay, yeah, I know in my other video that um, in my preview video for last week game. Yeah, I kind of said that Matt Ryan you know only playing good because I said yeah, but he still played good. It was nothing against Matt Ryan. I mean, yeah, the system, and they had, but they also had the same system last year, and he wasn't putting up the offense, and Matt Ryan weren't putting up these numbers. Okay, and then this year all of a sudden they just took off. Um, and I mean, they got all. Even when Julio was out for part of the year, toward the end, they were still getting the job done. Like little, basically no drop. I mean, yeah, they play weak opponents at the end of the year, but you would think, oh, Julio Jones, this could be a chance. Matt Ryan was still getting rid of the ball, making good decisions, making good throws, doing all the things that an elite quarterback does. Buying time in the pocket, not forcing it, uh, you know, keeping his eyes focused, where they should be, and all that. So, nothing against Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan he had a great season. Just like their team. Um, but that's not the only thing about their offense. I mean, their run. I mean, they got two good running backs. Um, I mean, they got two good running backs that can both run the ball and catch the ball out of the backfield. Devonta Freeman stats. I mean, Devonta Freeman. Okay, over 1,000 yards rushing, just over 1,079 yards rushing on 227 attempts. He averages 67.4 yards per game. A 4.8 average. His longest run 75 yards. 11 touchdowns. But then you got his receiving stats. 54 catches for 462 yards. That's averaging round up to basically 29 yards a game. I mean, 8.6 average per catch. 35 the longest, 2 touchdowns. I mean, 8.1 yard after catch. I mean, and 83 for first downs. I mean, could run it, can catch it out of the backfield. I mean, guy's a beast. I mean, you know, Tevin Coleman stats. And Tevin Coleman, okay, which, 118 attempts, 520 yards, 40 yards a game. I mean, think about that. That's just over 15 yards, 100 yards combined for two running backs, and that's almost like just about 90 yards a game combined. 4.4 average, 55 the longest, which That might have come week 1 against the Bucks. And 8 touchdowns. Think about it. That's 11 and 8. 19 touchdowns combined. Just for both of them. Just for the running backs, 19 touchdowns combined. And then receiving out of the backfield, or maybe not. Okay, they're not all receiving out of the backfield. They both can run very good routes. 31 receptions, 421 yards. 32 yards per game, averaging. 13.6 average per catch. 49 the longest, and 3 touchdowns. So that's 11 touchdowns. So that's 11. And then look at Devontae Freeman stats. Devontae Freeman stats. 11 and 2. So 13 plus 11 so 23, 20. That's 24 touchdowns combined. Just for the running backs. That's insane. 24 running backs combined. 24 touchdowns combined just by their running backs. Well, they're 2 main running backs anyway. Atlanta Falcons offense stats. Matt Ryan stats. Okay, and then so 38 plus 20, 37 plus 23. Right. Yeah. 37 plus 23. So that's 60 touchdowns. How many touchdowns did the Atlanta Falcons have this season? And that's not even all of them. That's not even all of them because there were other rushing touchdowns and other ways they score touchdowns, not just passing. And I'm sure there's more than that. So that's 60 touchdowns, and that's not even all of them. That's crazy. Well, we can't say that that's a crazy number, but it's just the way it happened. Basically, put it. The Atlanta offense. You think they're going to run the ball? No. With Atlanta Falcons, okay. Atlanta Falcons, at every position, they are a fast, physical team. Okay. They are a young, speedy version of they are a young, speedy version of the Atlanta Falcons. They are a young, speedy version of the Seattle Seahawks a couple seasons ago, except better. Because they got 2 running backs that could get the job done. They have a better quarterback. Let's face it, Matt Ryan is better than Russell Wilson. They have a better offensive line. Than the Seahawks a couple seasons ago, when they were, basically one of the top teams in the NFL, if not the top team. They're not better in all areas, but They're just as physical and just as fast, if not faster. I mean, think about that, guys. Think about that. So that's enough rambling about their offense. Now, the Atlanta. Okay, so now the defenses for both teams. While we're on Atlanta, so we could talk about their defense. Okay, their defense. Their defense. It wasn't looking too pretty, too great. The beginning of the season, but toward the end of the season, the last few games, and now in the playoffs, you know, it's been playing really good. So not only is their offense playing good, so not only now the teams have to contend with their offense and defend the whole field. Now you have to then now you have to deal with their defense that hasn't even peaked yet. That hasn't even peaked yet. Could we see the best game out of the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl playing the Patriots? We'll have to find out. We will have to find out. Because I'm telling you right now, if the Falcons have, well, okay, we'll get to that in a minute. But I mean, their defense. I mean, you got Vic Beasley, okay, who's coming off the edge like a monster. Okay, he's getting after quarterbacks, and he's making them pay. And then their secondary. I mean, they got Trufant, who's emerging as one of the top corners. Definitely in the top. I don't know, maybe top 5, top 8. I mean Trufant. I mean Robert Alford. Ricardo Allen. I mean, they ain't playing great, but they're not giving up big plays. And they're coming up with big plays. Okay. It's not that they're playing at elite status. It's just they're playing together good as a team. Okay. They're playing complementary football. They don't turn the ball over too much, and they're finding some ways to win the turnover battle. They're playing good complementary football. They're on defense. They're keep everything in front of them. They're being physical. They tackle. They're fast. They swarm. They swarm to the ball. I mean, it's all about getting to the ball with them. And Dan Quinn. I mean, he was the defensive coordinator when the Falcons were. I mean, when the Seahawks were freaking at their best on defense. you know, and and then surprisingly, he also too, if you guys didn't know, any Gators fans out there, Dan Quinn was the defensive coordinator years ago for the Gators. So I think that because I think he was defensive coordinator for the Gators, and then he went to Seattle to be their defensive coordinator. or to be an assistant, and then got promoted. But man, Dan Quinn, I mean, and it's his second season as head coach. His second season as head coach for the Falcons. Or it's still his second season as an NFL head coach. And he's already playing, and he's already in the Super Bowl. I mean, he got shit together on that team. Which, yeah, we got Dirk Cutter and Mike Smith, the former Atlanta Falcons coaches. Which, yeah, I mean, they kind of, took a stab at us. Their GM, Thomas Dimitrov or whatever, their GM at the Pro Bowl. I mean, not the Pro Bowl. At the Senior Bowl practice in Alabama. He kind of said, that Dan Quinn, he and the staff, they've taken the something like that. They've taken the softness out of the team because under Mike Smith they were too soft, which yeah they were, especially on defense. And I think Mike Smith had learned from that experience, and and our defense wasn't really. I mean, at times, it wasn't. It's getting to that level, guys. Our defense is getting to that level. Mike Smith is a good coach, and he's gonna have our defense with more, with safety help and stuff that we hope that we get. Mike Smith is gonna have our defense freaking better than ever. Okay, he should. Why do you think he's staying here? Because he knows we're building something special here. He knows we're building something, and we are close. Close the doors, so you barge in here. Alright. So yeah, I mean the Falcon defense as of late is playing really good. The last few games of the season and now into the playoffs. I mean their defense has been playing lights out. Their whole team has been playing lights out. And that's with some injured players, including Julio Jones. Crazy. And then the Patriot defense. Okay, the Patriot defense. Okay, I mean it's tough to score. It's tough to score. Okay, you have to be patient. Okay, with their defense, you have to, be patient with play calling. You have to be, patient. Which, with the Patriots whole team, you have to be patient playing. You have to, the quarterback have to be patient. Go through their progressions, which any quarterback should do. Go through their progressions, because otherwise, if you make a mistake, Patriots, 9 times out of 10 can make you pay for it. So you gotta kind of be. I'm not gonna say too conservative, but you also don't want to be too aggressive on the Patriots defense, because if it goes wrong, good chance it could be turn the ball over or make a big play in the game, and it could cost you. And then so their defense. I mean the defense, yeah, I mean, they mix it up. They play some man, they play some zone. Um, they keep everything in front of them, and they rely on not keeping teams out of the end zone. You know, uh, so it'll be interesting to see if the Falcons, which they've done it before. I mean, the Chiefs do a good job of that too. They score touch. They put up how many points on the Chiefs? You know, back in like around mid-season. How many points did they put on the Chiefs? So they should have, but the Chiefs are not the Patriots. Bill Belichick. So so we'll have to see how that matchup goes. Um, interesting stat. Um, I saw this the other day that Tom Brady is he's never lost against the Falcons. It's 4-0, but those weren't great Falcon teams. Well, at least a couple of games. Were not very good Falcons teams. Not on this level, anyway. Maybe one of them. Back when they had Vic and all, and they were power. Well, maybe not power, but back when they were good. But I think this is a whole this is a different animal. Uh, uh, which I'm not saying right now that the Falcons are going to win. They're going to you know prove doubters wrong and win their first Lombardi Trophy. I mean, the Falcons. I mean, they're looking for their first Super Bowl ring in their franchise history. Compared to the Falcons, compared to the Patriots, they're looking for what? Number 5 in the past decade. Under Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. They're looking for what? Number 5? Number 4 or 5. Pretty sure it's 5. So, alright. So that's pretty much it with the analysis. You know? Uh, Basically, to compare the two defenses, Atlanta is more physical and fast. For the Falcons, I mean, for the Patriots, they're not as physical and fast, but they're a well coached defense, and they keep everything in front of them, and they mix it up, playing some man and zone, compared to the the Falcons. They play a lot of cover 3, um, with some blitzes mix in there, um, and a little bit of man, because they do got some physical corners, so they can play a little bit of man too. So it should be a good matchup. It should be one of the best Super Bowls in a while. Um, it should be a good matchup. But so now to my score prediction. score prediction. I got 27-24. With the New England Patriots hoping to get their likely fifth. How many Super Bowl rings do the Patriots have? How many Super Bowl wins do the Patriots have? But it's likely to be 5. You can let me know in the comments. So for the Patriots. Alright, so let's get back to that. Alright, so drum roll. No drum roll. Alright. So my score prediction. Alright, 27-24. And the New England Patriots lose. Okay, I just said it. I was trying to. Alright, whatever. I'm not gonna redo it. So yeah, so I have the Atlanta Falcons winning 27-24. It's gonna come down to a long Stephen Gostkowski kick at the end to potentially tie it and possibly go overtime. But either ends up missing it or ends up getting blocked. So yeah, I have the NFC South rival Atlanta Falcons winning Super Bowl 51, defeating the New England Patriots. And you can't say just because I hate the Patriots, hey, I hate both of these teams. But let's go ahead and let's enjoy. Okay, like a week and a half from now, let's go ahead and enjoy what should be a good Super Bowl matchup. Okay, we got two good quarterbacks going at it. Okay, we got two pretty good defenses going at it, except they play in different style, but still we got two well-coached teams going at it. Okay, with a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. So it should no doubt be a good game. And hopefully it's not a blowout, or hopefully it's a good game, which it should be a good game. And you would expect to be a Super Bowl to be a good game. And hey, if I'm wrong, and if I'm really wrong, if I'm wrong no matter what, I'll admit it. Because most Super Bowls, they are tough to predict. You don't know what's going to go down. But if I'm wrong, especially if I'm really wrong and the Patriots freaking, win by 10, 14 plus points, then I was wrong. Then I want to be wrong. And if that happens, it's because the Atlanta Falcons were not prepared. And jitters playing in their first Super Bowl, Nick. That would be the only way that the Patriots would win by a astronaut by double digits. That would be likely the only way is by the Falcons' inexperience and not being ready to play on the big stage. But they played on the big stage this year. They had a Thursday night game against the Bucks. Blew us out. Without Julio Jones in the season, smoking teams. In the playoffs, smoking teams. You can definitely. But I'm not going to say they're going to smoke the hell out of the Patriots, okay? But you can expect them to show up. At least after the first, the first drive. The first series. The first few minutes of the first quarter. Be like, okay, let's get our game. If they start out slow. So that's my Super Bowl analysis and my prediction. And don't forget again to check out the which I'll be sending a link to my BucksReport.com articles. And again, articles will not be posted because I'm not a writer on their staff. Because they have too many writers on staff right now. So I'm just on there just kind of practicing and waiting for a position to be open, or waiting for a spot to be open. Which and also again, it's just volunteer work. I mean, not volunteer. It's just volunteering, doing at least one article a day, 70 to 100 words. It fits right up my expertise. So I said, hey, why not? What the hell? Could potentially help get my name out there. Maybe you can get me somewhere. Who knows? So check that out, and I hope you I just appreciate your support this year, and for those of you that do want that have watched my videos, I know I tend to ramble on a little bit, and dude, my videos are a little long. I'm sorry. I'll try to do better as the days go on. So other than that, I'll catch y'all later, and and don't forget, check those out. Send the links, to take a look at my, I guess other Bucks, news articles that I have. So I'll be posting more videos, throughout the off season, and after Super Bowl, and I'll try to do at least one, two a week, maybe. So I'll get back to you guys soon, and as always, all day, every day, it's a Bucks life. Siege the day.